Hello everyone, Class 8, Chapter 4 Materials, Metals and Non-Metals. So, in this chapter, first of all, we'll study the physical properties of metals. So, the first physical properties we are going to deal with is the hardness. Observe this picture. We have taken four substances. Two of them are metals and the other two are non-metals. Here, the metals are copper and iron, and the non-metals are sulfur and carbon. Have you ever observed that when copper and iron metals are beaten with a hammer, their shape changes? When these metals are beaten more forcefully and continuously, they change into thin sheets without breaking at all. The property which allows the metals to be hammered into thin sheets or foil is called malleability. Most of the metals are malleable. Gold and silver, they are the most malleable metals. Metals can also be drawn into thin wires. This property, which allows the metals to be drawn into thin wires, is called ductility. Gold and silver are among the best ductile metals. Copper, aluminium, iron, magnesium, all these metals can easily be drawn into thin wires, so they are very ductile. Now, let us compare the property of sulfur and carbon with iron and copper. When we apply force on sulfur or carbon, or we hammer on them, they easily break up into pieces on hammering. This shows that non-metals are brittle, and because of this nature, they are not very hard because they break up on hammering. So, this is the difference between metals and non-metals, that metals are hard and non-metals are brittle in nature. When metals like copper or iron objects are struck with a hard surface, a ringing sound is produced in case of metals. And in case of non-metals, when sulfur or carbon they are struck with a hard material, no ringing sound occurs. This property is called sonorosity. So metals are sonorous and non-metals are non-sonorous. So we can explain this with an example. You must have seen the bells in the temples and in your school. Have you seen? Yes, they all are made up of metals. And so metals are sonorous because they produce ringing sound. Now the another very important property of metals and non-metals is their conductivity. To check whether any object conduct electricity or not, here we have taken an electric circuit. We can check the electrical conductivity of the material by checking different materials one by one in this electric circuit. When we connect a piece of iron or copper, so first of all, we'll connect a piece of iron and copper in this electric circuit. The circuit is complete and you will observe that the bulb in the electric circuit glows. So as soon as we connect iron or copper in the electric circuit, what will happen? The bulb will glow. But when we place sulfur or a coal piece in the electric circuit, what will happen? This electric circuit does not complete, and you will notice that the electric bulb does not glow. So by this activity we can conclude that metals like iron, copper and aluminium are good conductor of electricity, while the non-metals like sulfur and coal, they are poor conductors of electricity. Is it clear to you that metals are good conductor and non-metals are poor conductor of electricity? When we apply wax candle on the iron piece and keep it in boiling water, you will see that the heat energy of water will transfer to the wax candle easily through iron and the wax melts. But when we apply wax candle on a piece of carbon and place it in boiling water, we'll see that the heat energy of water will not transfer to wax and the wax candle does not melt. By this activity, we can conclude that metals like iron are very good conductors of heat, whereas non-metals like coal are poor conductor of heat. Now, the next property is lustrous. Metals are lustrous. They have shiny surface. They shine. So, this property is called lustrous. And non-metals are dull in appearance, means they are non-lustrous. So, this is the difference between metals and non-metals.